been a long time since I've done a video about real-time wire. And I've made a change that I wanted to do a new video on that shows a change that I've made in one of my products. But I'm going to go through a couple of things here and make this a little bit longer than some of my other ones have been. So this is the real-time wire basic unit. This is actually the one that I carry with me in my travel kit. And I carry this, and I also carry this. This is a travel canister, and it's not a dispenser. It just holds reels. And I've got a number of reels here that have gotten empty on me. I've got a couple of them in here that are empty. I've still got some others that are full. But I also have one in this that's empty. So I had several that I wanted to fill. So I was just gonna do a quick video and show you how I do that. So there's two ways that we can fill the wire dispensers. I can use a hand-operated, I call it the winder. It's just a hand tool. It slips in and it goes into a keyway that's in there. There's a keyway on the tool. Get around here at the right spot. And there's a keyway on the reel. And it fits in there. So you can just hold this in one hand and wind the wire on. Or you could have the wire sitting here and you could unreel it and wind it on and maybe do it a little neater that way. But that's up to you. But it's easy. It doesn't take too long because these are small reels. They don't hold a whole lot of wire. The idea is that they would be convenient and handy to have with you all the time, and they're small enough you can just carry them with you. So I've had people that have mistakenly thought that this would hold a 1 kilo roll of wire. It won't. Not with all the reels combined, it won't hold that much wire. But it's a handy little tool to have with you. It keeps your wire neat, and if you have the extra reels for storage and for transport, it's very, very, very convenient because all you have to do is pop the reel out and pop the new reel back in when you run out of filament. And of course, the smaller the wire in the reel, the more wire you're going to get on there. So I keep mine filled with 1, 1.5, 2, and 2.5. I may one of these days go to 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know. We'll see. The heavier wire is a little harder to get in and out. It's a little harder to load. It holds a whole lot less of the big wire than it does the little wire. So it's a convenience thing. It's not designed to take the place of the guy that needs a 1 kilo roll of wire with him all the time. If that's the case, this really isn't the tool you need. So I've got one reel here that's empty. So I'm going to dismantle this so I can kind of show you how to dismantle, how to assemble, how to wind the wire on all at once. So take the top cap off, take the spacer off. This is what locks all the reels so they don't turn. Then just go down to the reel that you want to fill, and you take the little reel out of the outside layer shell. So I've had this device for quite some time. I call it the fast winder, and this is the way I wind my wire on, because I also have the bench series of dispensers. These are available at realtimewire.com or eeltimewire.com, and you can go there and order the bench series. I very seldom put these up on any other sites for sale, but they are for sale on the Real-Time Wire website. It's kind of a tongue twister. So, and I keep this loaded with 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and you can have, I could have another 4 of them up above here. I keep some of the bigger reels just with the bigger wire on it because it's not going to get tangled up, and it's not going to come in and out of a little dispenser anyhow, so there's no reason to even have that in a small dispenser. So I've designed this so that you can actually load the wire onto these right off of this. So what you do is you take the reel, you take the winder. I call this the fast winder, okay? And I'm going to take the little screw off the end, the nut that holds the reel on it. And again, it's got a keyway in it and a keyway in the other device. I'm going to put this is the new design tool. I used to have another plastic stem that stuck out that you could stick in your screwdriver, and I've had some trouble with those breaking off. So I redesigned this with a hole in this side for the tool and a hole in this side for the tool. So you can use either side. If one of them gets messed up or strips or something, you've got the other side to go to. I like to use it on this side because then all I have to do to put the next reel on, I can leave this in my drill or in my screwdriver. Just take this off, slide on another reel, and just go again. So I use quite a bit of the 1.5 size wire. I've got a lot of small trees, and beginner trees, pre-bonsai trees, that type of stuff. So I use quite a few of those. So I'm going to load up 3 of these reels today with the same wire. It's going to be this 1.5, and I'm getting low on it. So I want to kind of run some of it out. I think I've actually got another reel of it, another big reel of it somewhere, and reload it back up. So once you've got the reel put together and on the fast winder, and nowadays I ship it with this metal connector. I tried shipping it with the plastic ones, and actually it took me so long to make the plastic little piece by itself. I was actually money ahead just to buy the metal ones and just give them away with it. So that's what I do. So you mount it on your drill or this is a screwdriver, this is not a drill. So it doesn't have a chuck on the end of it. It's just got the tool for going into this, or the socket for going into this. So there's some little holes inside here, and I've got a small hole, a big hole, and the big hole's obviously for the big wire. So I'm going to start out with the 1.5 mil aluminum wire. I run it through the hole, and all I do is just press it down a little bit. Now I've got a built-in socket right under here that this little reel will just slide right up into, and then all you've got to do is turn on the drill in the direction you need it to go. The tail's sticking out there, let me get that back in. And you just wind on the amount of wire that you need. Now it's important that you don't fill these so full that it sticks out past them, because these fit pretty tight. Once you get this all ready to go, take your wire cutters, snip it off, and you've got your reel loaded. Pull the reel out, take the nut off, take the reel off, put your next reel on, put the nut back on, put it back on the screwdriver, and we're ready to go again. So I'm going to slide in the wire into the slot, press it down. Whoop, there I ran out of the wire in the big reel, and it just came right on out. So I've got like 1.5 reels loaded with this size wire. So since I've got this set up, I am going to go ahead and I'll load another one of the heavier weight wires. So I'll put another reel on, put the nut on that holds the reel in place, put the driver back on, get ready to go. And this time I'm going to just go ahead and use the 2mm, the next size bigger. And I'm going to put it in that bigger hole on the other side. Same process. It's just that easy. Real-time wire makes it handy, easy, and convenient. All right, so I kind of wanted to finish up this video, and I just loaded 2 reels with 1.5mm aluminum wire on it, and I loaded up one with 2mm wire on it. and I've got those all ready to go back together. So in the case of the canister that holds just extra reels, you just pop them in there, and this holds 6 reels. So I had 2 reels, and I'll put them back in here. Those are both the 1.5 mil wire. Now I'm going to reassemble the garden basic unit. You put the axle in and just make it snug. Some of you guys that's got bear claws out there, you could twist this right through the cap. This is plastic, so you could twist it right through the cap, but there's certainly no advantage in the little hole that's in on the cap, and that'll put the real-time wire at the right place. Then you just put them in the order that you want them in. I keep the next smaller size, so there's 2.5, there's 2, there's 1.5, and there's the 1. So the reel is basically assembled. I have a spacer that goes on the top that holds everything locked in place so that the outside layer does not turn. Screw the cap on, and if you've done it all right, your 2 real-time wires should match up pretty close to the top on each side. Depends on how tight you tighten it down. So right there I've loaded some reels up so I can carry spares with me. Have ones that I'm actually using and take them right with me anywhere I go. Take them out when I water. So that's the way I do it. Thanks for watching. Bye.